Hey everyone, welcome to I Just Watched. We're about to check out the Suicide Squad roll call, and we're going to do the sneak peek that was also dropped during the DC Fandome. I'm excited for this. Gunn is a great director, but before we get into all that, we'll talk about it afterwards. Just check them out, see what we think, starting with the roll call. Anything you want to add?
Let's go.
Play.
You know the deal. Successfully complete the mission, you get 10 years off your sentence.
Hey.
Welcome to Task Force.
Oh, you got the yellow shirt.
Brothers and sisters for the next few days.
Oh shit, Michael Rooker. That's a lot. Is that Javelin? I like the suit. Isn't that what I've been saying for years? I've literally been saying that. Black. God damn it.
Polka dot man.
Polka dot man.
I know this man.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He plays a good psycho.
Ratcatcher.
The Ratcatcher.
Oh, okay.
Look, these suits are dope.
Yeah. Oh, that mask.
Bloodsport with the skull right here, that's clean. Hey, Team Shark. Turn the wave and the smile. Alright, automatically favorite characters. Oh, the female Mongol.
Mongal. Yes, I remember.
Oh, the Thinker.
Yeah, the Tinker. That's weird though, because Mongal, like, that's kind of weird. Hey, I know her.
She's a great actress.
Yeah.
Hey. What, David?
No. I didn't know that.
Oh, you know he was in it?
No.
Nathan Fillion. Yo, I love the outfits.
Yeah.
Little weasel. Oh shit! Oh, that's his brother.
Oh no.
Hey. Hey.
Jai Courtney.
The Peacemaker.
John Cena.
I like the music. That's a lot, bro.
Yeah. That's a lot of.
That's a big lineup.
It's a bigger roster.
That means
But you know, most of these are gonna die.
a lot of them are gonna die.
Yeah, because let's be honest, like.
I think it's going to surprise people.
You kind of sit there and go, how did they do that?
I forget he's British.
Yeah.
It's going to be different from any superhero movie ever made.
Polka dot man.
Polka dot
I'm
man,
still
bro.
fucking.
That's dope, though.
I'm still living.
Look at that suit.
There's no
I've
one
been
better
begging
in the
for
world
that.
to direct the Suicide Squad than James Gunn.
He's a great actor. He's just
I
wild.
was excited with an opportunity to be able to do the Suicide Squad in the way it could be done from my point of view.
This one is completely unique. This is a gritty 1970s war movie combined with the brilliance
Yo,
of
is
James
Boomerang's
Gunn's
glowing?
characters and comedy.
I went.
You
I'm
need your
sorry.
director to set the vibe.
The Suicide Squad is just a twisted fantasy of characters.
Within each of our characters, there's a certain beauty. Within most of them,
Oh,
some
God.
of them are just pretty crappy through and through.
Be like a douchey Captain America.
The guy who believes in peace at any cost, no matter how many people he needs to kill along the way.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
They'll never settle back like you think you know where this is going, because you don't.
As soon as you have some sense about what's about to happen next, James comes in.
Okay.
Everyone's exploding.
It's crazy. We're watching like basically like parts of the set.
It's like
Yeah.
a big, massive.
We're getting some dope
graphic
BTS.
I know a lot of these actors. Now that they're not in the suit, like I can recognize them more.
Oh yeah, I
Far the biggest
recognize some of
movie
the
I've ever
names.
made.
Oh, King Shark about to bite that thing.
You know what to expect.
Don't get too attached.
This has been truly the greatest, most exciting journey of my life making this film. God, that was great.
All right, everyone. So watching the roll call, which I thought was really dope,
Mhm.
and like you were saying, was like seeing their the art that says their name, but it's like their face and it has their name.
Yeah,
Each
like
one has
the
an individual-
icons.
Yeah, like the
The
little
icons,
icons.
yeah.
I thought that looked super clean.
Like I see them making enamel pins. I can't fucking pronounce enamel, but enamel pins out of them.
Yeah.
And
That'd be dope.
generally, I'd buy all of them just to have them.
No,
I
you don't.
never wear them, but
No,
I
just
wear
to
them
have
every once in a while. But I
But to
like
have 'em.
But to have them.
And it's funny because that's not really. For one, it's a Suicide Squad thing to do.
Exactly.
But at the same time, technically, we had a similar version of it
With the previous
the first Suicide Squad. They had their little things.
skull. It was more like skulls.
Yeah.
This is more like you get to see their actual basically you get to see the costume with their
Exactly,
name on it,
Exactly.
which is pretty dope. It's a headshot.
Exactly.
It's a headshot of the costume with their name.
With their title.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
It looks clean. I love the fact that they have pretty accurate suits.
Mm-hmm.
And I use that as a segue because I have been begging for this fucking outfit since the first time they announced her. Because if you've seen any of our videos involving this, you know that this is literally what I've been talking about. I said the ponytails, color black and red. That's mine. I said, give me the pants, black and red with the diamonds. Mine. Boots. Mine. A jacket with the corset. Mine. This is literally my fucking design. And I'm not upset. I'm just happy that my FBI agent that listens to my shit on my phone got it to them. All right? This is the one time I'm okay with it. The one time. Everything else you need to keep on the down low. This right here, I'm okay. Because have I not been preaching this?
Well, no, you've been preaching it for like the longest.
And don't get me wrong. I did like her fit in the first Suicide Squad because he was going for that model. I don't know her name, but it was almost spot on, like from that model's look. Mm-hmm. It wasn't strictly on just like we want to show her off. Like he was going for that look on purpose. Mm-hmm. But this is what I've been begging for because I can see this in every movie from now on and be happy. Mm-hmm. This looks dope. I think Gunn, obviously he's a great director. I think he gets the benefit from the situation with Ayer because Ayer as well is a great director. I think if he was able to really push out his version of Suicide Squad, I think it would be leaps and bounds better than what we got. Mm-hmm. Because again, I think he's a great director. I like him, and he also got the shit end of the stick with the studio. And I think Gunn gets the benefit from that situation.
Because what we've been saying for the longest is that Warner Brothers is doing the same thing that Sony did when
Spider-Man.
Sam Raimi was doing his Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. And
in Spider-Man 3, Sony took too many actions on the movie itself.
They forced their ideas.
Yes, they forced their ideas on Sam Raimi, and Sam Raimi was like, no, and then they were like, well, we don't care, we're paying you, we want this to happen.
Shove it in there.
That's why Sam Raimi just kind of left after Spider-Man 3, because he knows that Spider-Man 3 was a disaster.
Yeah.
And it's not even his fault, it's the studio's fault. And then, the same thing happened with Amazing Spider-Man. The first one was great, and then they decided to step on toes. That's what they did.
Yeah, no, they did the same thing again. And it's funny because the director for that one, Webb, they did the same thing to him. Mm-hmm. They literally look as a studio, they stepped in you have to put all this in the movie. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, I'm trying chill. I'm trying to
exactly. But they were just trying to push it. And
that's exactly what happened with Suicide Squad.
It was like, why's your hand so close to my face?
Oh, my bad.
Because I was like,
because I'm showing it off.
Thank you.
Look at this.
But Warner Brothers is doing the same thing. They did it with BVS. They did it with Suicide Squad. They did it with Justice League.
Yo.
And it's like, just let these directors who obviously
have talent,
let them
envision.
Exactly. Just let them do their work, and give them enough time to
yes,
do their art.
Exactly.
You had Jenkins. She did an amazing Wonder Woman. You had Wan, which to me is a great director in general.
Yeah, that's my boy.
And he made great Aquaman. I'm sorry, but I don't remember the director for Shazam.
I always forget the director's name.
He
did a great job though.
He did a great job, and it's like these directors had. I don't know. I mean, I can't
know the full story. Obviously.
I don't know the full story, but I feel like they had so much time, so much leeway,
more wiggle room.
Exactly, and so.
And then the product itself was leaps and bounds better.
Leaps and bounds better than what we got with the rest of the DCEU.
And the thing is, I think what the studio needs to do, and it's not necessarily that Marvel came up with it, but it's the easiest comparison, is because it's comic book superhero movies. So it's the easiest comparison.
Yes.
Is here's your plan, all right? This is A, and we want to get to B, C, D, E, F, G, right? Mm-hmm. The end goal is G. But in each movie, all you need to hit is point 1, 2, and 3. If you hit those 3 points in your movie, it helps move everything forward without forcing everything in this little box to just because they want to skip B, C, and D and jump to Z and shit. So you let them world.
Right now you got. We went from point A to point B, and then from point B you went 3 different paths to C 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and then it wasn't working.
And later on you went to G. All of a sudden, and it's
now you're trying to scrap it and redo. So give them. Here's the big plan. We need this, this, and this, and then let them go to work. Because honestly, this has mad Gunn vibes. Mm-hmm. This is mad Gunn all over it. Mm-hmm.
And they gave him more wiggle room just for the fact that they've seen what he can do with Guardians of the Galaxy, and so it's like, why don't you do that for basically other directors? Because
if you hire him, I mean, you have to have an understanding, and if they present something you like, as long as it hits the points necessary to move the overall story forward while still presenting a dope, entertaining, beautiful story, great. Because I mean, look, you know I'm a stickler. If you've seen any of our stuff, I'm a stickler for character design because I like these comic book characters' designs. I love their stories. I love what they're capable of. I hate when they bring out a character, completely change the design, nerf them so they're not capable of what they're supposed to be capable of, and then they start changing. All that leads to characteristics because there's a reason we already love these characters. I know it's a comic book, but it's like when you bring any book character, when you bring anything to life in a movie that has source material and you start changing all that too much, that bothers me because the reason this is getting made is because so many people love the source material. It doesn't have to be one for one, but if you the characteristics, the design,
it doesn't have
the
to be
looks have to
100%.
be
Yeah, it doesn't have to be 100%, but at least if you get
most of it.
The main points, then you're okay.
But at the end of the day, let's be honest. You can kill anyone because it's a comic book movie. You can kill anyone and they come back later. It doesn't matter. It's a comic book. Like how they survive. Bitch, it's a comic book.
As long as you don't see the actual death, they're not dead.
Hey, that's
But
it. So you can save anyone.
This roster is much bigger, which means that more than likely a good amount of these characters are gonna die right off the bat. So you have all these characters, right? And you got Mongal, which is the sister of Mongol.
Yep.
Mongol can go, Junior. He can go toe to toe with Superman, and sometimes the whole Justice League has to fight this man. Why is she in the Suicide Squad? I mean,
that's a powerful character.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
No, but I'm interested to see because you know what that means. Mongo exists.
Mongo exists. If she exists, Mongo has to exist.
Exactly. So like things like, and I'm not gonna lie, having Polka Dot Man is dope.
Like it's such a D-list character, but it's like.
This makes perfect sense though.
Exactly.
Cause like, and it's funny because I think he's been getting more traction. Him and Condiment King, because people are like, oh yeah, I love these characters.
Or Kite Man.
Y'all didn't know nothing about.
Because Kite Man is getting a lot of traction as well, just because of the Harley Quinn animated show.
Him versus Condiment King. They hate each other. But it's funny just because as super geeks and we love comics and all that, we knew about these characters a long time ago. They're still kind of whack. But I love seeing them do.
We know they're whack.
Yeah, no, they're still whack. But it's funny to see them do stuff like this. Because it's just enough to be like I know you're whack, but I love it.
At the end of the day, they're literally just like expendable, and that's the reason why I think James Gunn also used these characters, not to just bring them out and be like, look, these characters actually exist in the DC universe. This is legit. This is not something that I made up. This is something that somebody in the past made up. I'm just bringing it here to show you that this exists, and now he's dead.
Yeah, and he's probably gonna make for one, the actor who's playing Polka Dot Man is a dope ass actor. Oh yeah, the BTS clips on the beach,
like
and all that.
You get to see all this, and you're like, man, how is this all gonna tie in together? Because
they're
talking about how this is gonna be like a 70s World War, like 70s Vietnam War
film set in the present day with superheroes actually super villains.
With super villains.
Well, except for him, he's technically not a bad guy.
He's not bad guy, but he's bad guy.
He's bad guy. So it's interesting to see how it's gonna happen. Gunn himself says it like, "This is my biggest movie to date." And one of my favorite things is a simple roll call. It's funny because I feel like the first Suicide Squad tried to do that when they introduced the characters. Like, you have Deadshot and you see him and the bullets are raining. And then they have Harley Quinn. Like, they try to do a roll call in the movie where this one did the roll call outside of it, which I think works better.
And the thing is, I don't need a roll call in, you do.
In the movie.
Well, first of all, you do need a roll call, but not the way that the first Suicide Squad did.
What you need is, like, when they wake up and like, what the hell? Y'all work for me now. I'm Amanda Waller. I'm gonna run them cheeks if you don't listen to me. And everyone's like,
because in the animated movies, they always have a roll call because they have to show you who these characters are, like
kind of what they do,
kind of
what they're capable of.
Exactly. So more than like we are gonna get. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a roll call. We're just gonna get a James Gunn's version of a roll call in this movie.
I think it would be cool just throwing it up there, like because you have to go through individuals and show either how they got captured or what they were doing, like what they're capable of. So I think it'd be cool. 30-second scene for each one where you see them doing something, and you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of what they're capable of. And then in the movie, you see, you're like, oh shit, like why is Javelin there? You know what I mean? Or you can see King Shark like waving it, like him waving in that photo. Stole my heart. Because I don't know if you people know,
we still haven't
he's
seen.
an 80.
Yeah,
he's
a demigod.
Yeah, he is not some mutant or
he's a demigod.
He's a demigod, bro. He powerful. So I'm excited to see it.
We still haven't seen a villain.
No, we don't.
We still haven't seen a villain for this movie.
I don't know if it's true, but someone said that it might be Starro.
Starro?
Yeah,
that's weird.
I'm cool with that though.
Well, that's funny because it's like the Justice League fought Starro in their first appearance.
Yeah,
and so now So
I think it'd be kind of cool. I
no,
think
no, that'd be cool.
And I think I'd be cool with it just because like that's such a random, like he's powerful, but such a random giant,
Such a random villain.
But go for it. Like this is what I need. Aquaman went for it. Shazam went for it.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman went for it. It looks like they're going for it. Just go for it. Give me these accurate craziness.
This could be their number 4 movie, depending on how this movie does.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be in their top 4 now.
Well, I'd say top 5 because I'm assuming Wonder Woman 84 is going to be top 4.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? All right, everyone. Like I said, we can go on and all day,
Every day,
for real. Mm-hmm. But all in all, I like this. I'm excited for it. There's definitely a lot coming out that I'm excited for, interested, have I'm invested in, or however you want to say it.
Yeah.
But do you agree, disagree with anything we said? What do you think of the costume designs? What do you think of the looks? Don't you agree? I was right. She looks fantastic. But no, I want to hear your comments, questions, concerns down below. Any thoughts? What you think of DC Fandom? I'm going to ask it again and again. And hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully you're safe. Anything you want to add?
Peace.
Till next time, adios.